down that pipe. See that man right there controlling the camera?
This guy right here?
Yeah, right down that pipe. Tell people who are out there saying we think Mike's too old for this fight. Tell them what you think about that.
If you think I'm too old for this fight, you need to come tell me in my face.
Mike Tyson, the former heavyweight champion known for his brutal fighting style and illustrious career, never backs down from a battle. Floyd Mayweather recently publicly questioned Jake Paul's preparedness and referred to his bout decision as disrespectful. In response, Tyson addressed the issue and corrected Mayweather's statements. Please understand that Floyd is a terrific fighter. During his 50 matches, he says he listened to his audience. Robinson fought 47 times, lost 1, won 78 times, and had a 78-fight winning streak.
Floyd's a great fighter, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
He had 50 fights and he said, listen, Sugar Ray Robinson had 47 fights. He lost 1, then he had 78 fight. Then he had a 78-fight winning streak.
Yeah, but you even
Can you think he had 47, lost 1, then 78 winning streak?
But even more modern than that.
Knockouts.
Look at Julio Cesar Chavez.
Woo!
He was 84-0, right?
89, 90-0 before he lost.
89-0. Wow. So it's
Don't
not,
tell me about you the greatest fighter with 50-0, nigga. You're great, no doubt about it, nigga. 50-0. Chavez had 90.
But Julio, for instance, was even more contemporary than that. Chavez was 8-84-0, 89-89-0. So don't tell me about you the greatest fight with 50-0, even if he had 47 fights, 1 loss and 78 wins. You are definitely amazing for being 50 and having 0 ch 90 in a heated interview. Tyson, who has been preparing hard for his upcoming fight with Jake Paul, addressed Mayweather's remarks. Tyson, who seemed offended by the remark, stated that Mayweather had to stay in his area. He declared that no one was going to tell him who he could or could not fight, because he had dedicated his entire career to the sport, facing the best and going through it all.
Oh, so it's
Don't
not,
tell me about you the greatest fighter with 50-0, nigga. You're great, no doubt about it, nigga. 50-0. Chavez had 90.
Yeah.
He's fighting like what, 8 times a year.
Yeah, it's more to it than
whoever
that.
fought him. Whoever's in the rankings.
Well, I think it's all subjective.
Picking whoever you are, come on.
I think there are more metrics.
While it was simple to pass judgment from the sidelines, Tyson pointed out that Mayweather, with his background, ought to have known better than to pass judgment without appreciating the work that goes into it. Tyson made it clear that he did not make the decision to face Jake Paul lightly. He said that Paul was putting in the work and had the guts to take on one of the most fearsome boxers in the sport, and he appreciated Paul's commitment to training. Tell me not about your best fight with 50-0 or 9-0. You are without a doubt outstanding 50, and Chav engages in between 4 and 8 bouts annually. I think it's better to take the person who...
Does it mean when fighting gets you erect? What does that mean?
It's a good question. Means you're getting excited.
Yeah.
So that's going through your mind right now.
Well, that's how I get when I was a kid, and some
fought him, and the higher ranking one. But choosing your identity, in my opinion, is a subjective decision. Tyson grabbed the opportunity to defend Jake. In response to Mayweather's criticism, Paul praised Jake for his efforts to accept legitimate challenges in the ring and brought up the fact that Jake's heritage is frequently the target of criticism. Paul, according to Tyson, wasn't simply boxing for show, he was a true fighter. He emphasized that what really counted was having heart, and that Paul had shown he was willing to take more risks than most critics would ever be. Paul gained appreciation for his persistent learning and sparring practice. What does it mean to get knocked out while fighting? You should ask such questions since it indicates that you're becoming eager.
Day 3, you still want to fuck with me?
That's what you're thinking at the moment. I used to get that when I was younger, and now and again I get the twinkle in my eyes. Tyson also thought back to his own early boxing days, remembering how doubts plagued him too. He demonstrated Paul's passion and the fact that all fighters had to start somewhere. Tyson wasn't shy about addressing Mayweather directly and opposing his goals and point of view. Even though Mayweather loved to talk big, he hadn't taken on any great challenges, he hinted. Giving the idea that Mayweather was more drawn to low-tech exhibitions these days than genuine competition. On the other hand, Tyson argued he was still open to real challenges and wasn't just looking to make money or...
Jake, obviously Mike is one of the biggest hitters that the heavyweight division has ever seen. I just want to know, when you're thinking about his power, he looks very ferocious on Instagram, especially still. Do you feel like you'll be able to take Mike Tyson's power at this stage?
I know I will be able to. I'm a natural born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do, is to move up into this weight class, and I'm going to show Mike who has the more power, because he's underestimating me. I think everyone else is underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder. I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared, and that's what true bravery is.
Mike, can he take the power, Mike?
Excuse me?
Can Jake take your power?
Get quick wins. He reminded Mayweather that boxing was bigger than any one individual, including himself, and seemed to be implying that his genuine worries were more about protecting his own name than it was about the sport. Do you want to continue with me on day 3? Tyson claimed he was in the fight game to compete and constantly challenge himself, not to win people over. If Mayweather had any concerns, he was challenging him to return to the ring. Finally, Tyson made it clear that he was all in for the fight against Jake Paul by highlighting his commitment to it. He also reminded everyone that fighting was his passion and highlighted his strict training regimen and willingness to demonstrate his durability in the ring. In closing, Tyson made a suggestion that Mayweather's comments had only inspired him to give a phenomenal performance. Mike Tyson made it plain that he was fighting for himself and the people who still believed in him, not for Floyd Mayweather or anybody else, as the bout between him and Jake Paul draws near. He claimed that Mayweather's comments had just made him more determined to fight and that he still had a lot to offer the ring.
Pernell Whitaker. Ooh, Sweet Pete. Sweet Pete was amazing, man. We gotta go Pernell Whitaker. Nah, Sweet Pete was top. Nah, Sweet Pete real, boy. Pernell Whitaker. Fuck that. I'm with you. I'm gonna go. Pernell Whitaker. I'm gonna go Roberto Duran. Ooh, yes. I'm gonna go Pernell Whitaker. Roberto Duran. Man, you put me in a tight predicament. Gotta hear it. Far as with the heavyweights, man. Tell them no hits. Tell the crew no hits. No hits. I want the pure Floyd Mayweather top 5. I don't want nobody giving no ad-libs and shit. Okay, I know I got Money Mayweather, you got Duran, and you got Sweet Pea. You got 2 more. Give me a heavyweight. If we gonna go heavyweights, I'm be honest. I got.
Tyson's fiery rebuttal to Mayweather has only heightened the anticipation. Fans are eager to see if Tyson, even at 58, can still bring the same level of intensity and power that defined his prime. Meanwhile, Jake Paul, with everything to prove, remains undeterred by the criticisms and continues to train hard for what could be the most challenging fight of his career. This question is for Jake. Obviously, Mike is one of the biggest hitters that the heavyweight division has ever seen. I just want to know, when you thinking about his power, he looks very ferocious on Instagram, especially still. Do you feel like you'll be able to take Mike Tyson's power at this stage? I know I will be able to. I'm a natural born heavyweight. This is what I was born to do, is to move up into this weight class, and I'm going to show Mike who has the more power because he's underestimating me. I think everyone else is underestimating me, and I believe that I hit harder. I know it's going to be tough. I know I'm going to have to fight through adversity. I know I might even go to the canvas. I'm scared, don't get me wrong, but it's not about the fear stopping me. It's about going into it even though I am scared, and that's what true bravery is. Mike, can he take the power? The stage is set, and if Tyson's words are any indication, fans are in for an unforgettable showdown when it comes to the fiercest fighters in history. Mike, excuse me, can Jake take your power? We're going to see, huh? Tyson's response to Mayweather serves as a reminder that despite the years, his fighting spirit remains as fierce as ever. For Mayweather, his criticisms may have unintentionally galvanized Tyson to step up and deliver a performance that could once again shock the world. Though Mike Tyson has become a more jovial figure over the years, his name still unavoidably dominates the debate. People still get chills from Tyson's powerful presence, even if he is in his late 50s. The media is buzzing about the upcoming highly anticipated showdown against YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul. Based on his previous remarks, veteran UFC analyst Joe Rogan appears to be firmly in Tyson's corner, yet one great UFC fighter is dubious about the outcome. Chad Sonnen, a dedicated fan of combat sports who previously spoke out in favor of the UFC and expressed his love for boxing in an ESPN interview, has entered the discussion and questioned the veracity of Joe Rogan's prediction. Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's highly awaited battle was rescheduled for November after the renowned former heavyweight champion suffered health difficulties. The fight was originally slated for July. While Joe Rogan is more than willing to share his thoughts on the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul fight, many are left wondering how he arrived at such a bold prediction. Iron Mike, who is approaching 60, was chosen by Rogan as the fight's most likely winner. Mike Tyson, who is 58 years old, will still knock your skull into the third realm, according to a comment made by Joe Rogan. It seems pretty pretentious, and I'm not sure what evidence Joe has for that. Sonnen said on his YouTube channel, much like Dana White. Because of his unwavering strength, Joe Rogan thinks Mike Tyson will always have a puncher's chance, while Chad Sonnen argues that there is no scientific proof to support these vague claims. Despite worries from people like Sonnen about Mike Tyson's potential to defeat Jake Paul, Sonnen continued, "There is danger in the notion that a fighter's power is the last thing to go in their skill set. No scientific evidence backs up this theory," Sonnen said, "it is just an assertion." In reaction to Iron, the great boxer appears to have reached a breaking point. If there was anyone who was unsure that Mike could beat the YouTuber who turned fighter, he gave a strong warning. Mike Tyson was visibly anxious about the media's investigation into his health during a recent press appearance. However, when he made an appearance on Logan Paul's Rash podcast, he delivered a parting message to his critics throughout the world. While giving a death stare to one of the cameras for a brief moment, Mike Tyson appeared to have lost his composure. However, the tension soon subsided and the podcast concluded with smiles all around. Witnessing Tyson in full fight mode is undeniably unsettling. This spout stirs controversy like few others.